Okay, so the way this one's going to work is I'm not going to do this as like an individual episode thing just because that would be very long and that would be a lot of videos. I'm basically going to review each season of The Mandalorian as if it were, a 5 or 6 hour, however long it is, movie. But, once the episodes start coming out again, it's like once Book of Boba Fett comes out in December, I'm going to review those weekly. Once What If comes out, I'm going to do those weekly. But for now, I'm going to review season 1 as if it were basically this really big, long, epic movie. But I do have notes episode by episode, so I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts on each individual episode just briefly, and then just kind of my thoughts on the overall season. So episode 1, I thought, well, the world feels very lived in. Like, if this were your first foray into Star Wars, you hadn't seen any of the movies, didn't know anything about it, and you just watched this because it was popular, you'd still understand it, because they explain everything very, very well. And it feels both separate from the movies enough that you could enjoy it if you don't know anything, but also connected enough so that those who are diehard fans get what they're going for. I thought the action was really fast-paced. It had a lot of intriguing story and characters. I really liked that they had a lot of practical effects in this one instead of just overly CGIing it, which was awesome. It kind of has that Space Western feel like Guardians of the Galaxy or Firefly. And in true Star Wars fashion, the John Williams score is absolutely captivating. And I really liked the Jon Favreau cameo. That's what editing is for. I really liked the Jon Favreau cameo of him as a Mandalorian in the first episode because I forget his name in Clone Wars, but he was a Mandalorian in Clone Wars as well. I don't know if it's the same character though. Episode 2 where they gave us Baby Yoda. That was so good. It's kind of funny that, like, even at age 50, because we know that Yoda species can live to at least 900. Yoda died at 100. That doesn't mean he wouldn't have lived longer. And even though he's a baby, he's still powerful enough that he lifts whatever that rhino thing was called. That giant rhino. That was really cool. Episode 3, I thought it had a lot of really good action. It had some slight character development that was really good. The jetpack shootout with the other Mandalorians at the end, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And I liked episode 4. It was a great episode. I really liked the character of Cara Dune. But I thought that the plot of that episode where we're going to go to this town and we're going to teach these villagers how to fight, like, that's been done before. Clone Wars did that. I think Rebels may have done it. So the plot was kind of weak for that episode because it felt a little familiar. But I enjoyed the intro to the new characters. Episode 5, I thought that Toro was a good villain. And I really enjoyed the new character of Fennec Shand. And Toro had a really good dynamic with Mando. I really enjoyed their dynamic. The Prison Break episode, that reminded me a lot of Suicide Squad. I mean, even that, was she pink or purple? I don't remember. The crazy Twi'lek girl, she was basically Harley Quinn. She kind of had, like, the same personality. Anyway, I thought that episode was super fun. And the fact that Dave Filoni had a cameo in it as an X-Wing pilot, so good. And I love how IG-11, who's like the super scary assassin bot at the beginning of the show, becomes like the nanny bot. And the fact that he's voiced by Taika Waititi, that's really cool. Also, I'm bad for laughing at this, but when Baby Yoda discovers he could force choke people, he didn't mean to. He's still exploring his powers because he's a baby, but he's force choking Cara. And it's like, what's going on? Oh no! Stop! I feel so bad for laughing, but it was just so out of nowhere. I had to laugh. I apologize that makes me a terrible person, but I just thought that was funny. Also, Moff Gideon, such a good villain. He was so good. The scene with the bike troopers were like, hey, what's in the bag? Can I see what's in the bag? No, you can't see what's in the bag. Like, their little thing. I thought that scene was hilarious. Even the one that punched Baby Yoda, I thought, okay, now you've gone too far because you punched Baby Yoda in the bag. But IG-11, him defending his one directive to defend Baby Yoda, he was really awesome. And man, Baby Yoda's brutal, man. he did some crazy stuff. He's a violent character even for being a little baby. But that was a really epic season finale. So, I see a lot of hate and I see a lot of division amongst the Star Wars fan base, but this seems to be the one thing that everyone agrees is pretty good. So I think they need to just keep putting out more stuff like this. I mean, you might even say that to reunite the Star Wars fans, this is the way. So overall, I thought Season 1 was a fantastic Star Wars show. I loved it, and I'm very excited to review Season 2, which I will actually review right after this. And so you'll see that video next.